Guys, finally got the brakes put back together. Now I'm just gonna bleed it real quick. Um, I gotta do stuff in the garage by myself quite often, and I've been putting this off for a long time. But whatever the last job I worked on that I needed to either bleed the brakes or bleed a clutch or something, I went ahead and bought me one of these. All the shops I worked at back in the day, like they always had some sort of device like this, so I never bought one. But being here at the house and like I said, doing stuff a lot by myself. Plus, if they're in the house doing stuff, I don't want to bother them all the time. So like I said, I got this little contraption here, and man, these things, they are a game changer. Basically, you hook your air hose up to it, and you do have to squeeze the handle on this one to get it to work, but it has this latch piece right here that you can squeeze it and then put that latch on there, so it's kind of hands-free. I like that little feature right there, but let me see if we can get in this thing real quick. I'll show you. It is kind of loud and annoying, so I don't leave the air on all the time, but watch how quick this makes bleeding these brakes. I tried to zoom in there so you guys could see the bubble getting all the air out of this. Hang on one second. But I'm gonna switch to the other side real quick and just get some bled out of it and then pump the pedal up, because one thing I've noticed, I had to push the pistons back in the calipers, to do the brakes and everything. But a lot of times when you push that piston back, it doesn't bleed properly sometimes. Now, this ain't the case every single time, but I like to try to bleed it some and then go in and pump the pedal up. That way you get the piston moving in the caliper some. Because I've noticed, like I said, if you leave that piston pushed back and then you bleed it with something like this, and then you put it all back together, when you finally do hit the brake pedal, you can tell it's a little spongy. So I think it traps air in it. So I'm going to go ahead and bleed the other side real quick, just a little bit. That way I can pump the pedal up and get the pistons moving, and then finish doing the majority of the bleeding. But I just wanted to show you guys, if you have to do stuff, by yourself a lot like I do, or you just, don't want to annoy your family all the time. Man, I got this thing on Amazon. I want to say I tried reading reviews on it and everything like that too. But it was in the 20s. It was less than $40. I don't remember, I have had it for a few months now, but I believe it was under $40. It came with the hose, everything like you see there. It's just a nice little tool to have if you got to do stuff a lot like me by yourself. But I'm going to end it off there, go ahead and get these bled, throw the wheels and stuff back on it. But I think that's going to do it just for this little update. My computer did finally show up, so I'm going to be throwing that in the car here in a minute, and then hopefully getting this thing started up. And like I said, hopefully do a little video of it starting up. I may not, start it for very long, because this is also on, the factory style injectors. And, I have the bigger, I think, 1000cc injectors to go in it. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time like dialing the tune in and, changing all the stuff I need to change. Just basically just enough stuff to get it started. I just want to hear the engine. And maybe enough to give it like a short little drive. That way I know the transmission's good, clutch is good, suspension's not, which I did, I ended up taking the car back apart just because I wanted to go through the suspension and everything, just make sure everything was tight. I had to go through and put all new cotter pins and everything. Whoever assembled everything didn't put cotter pins back in it, but yeah, I'm gonna end it off there, and then stay tuned for the next